the Huawei's network device are all running VRP as the operating system. And when we need to configure the network device, we just interact with the operating system of the network device. So we must know how to interact, how to type in command with the CLI, VRP CLI. Okay, so in this chapter, first we will introduce the basic concept of the VRP command line interface, and then we will learn some basic configurations of the VRP network device. And then there is an example how to configure an interface, how to configure a network device interface using VRP. Okay, first, we must connect the terminal to the network device using the console port. Okay, using terminal or running a terminal emulating software on your computer. And then if the connector is finished, then if you boot the network device, then in your terminal will prompt some informations. Okay, the device is booting, and then we are doing the self-check, check the DRAM. Okay, here is check the DRAM, and maybe they are doing some other memory test and so on. Decompressing, then loading the VRP, loading the operating system. Okay, then after loading, of course, this is a VRP software that have already on the flash of the network device. And then after loading, then a prompt will appear. And after prompt, there are some informations that ask you if you want to go into the auto config. In the auto config, you will prompt a series of questions, and then you answer these questions. Then the device will finish the configuration. But we should know this is only basic configuration, not all the configuration. So usually we use the menu configuration. If you want to go in the menu configuration, not auto configuration, then just stop. Use the yes to stop. Then you can manually configure it. Okay. Before the manual configuration, we should know the command line interface have several modes. Okay. In the Huawei's VRP, we call the view. The user view, the system view, the interface view, and the protocol view. Okay. In the user view, of course, all these are some privileges. In the user view, what you do, you just can view the status and the statistics of the device. Just you can display the interface, display the information of the network device, but you cannot configure it. Okay, you cannot set the parameter for the network device. Just view, just display, just show. Okay, and then another view, another mode is the system view. Okay, this is have a higher privilege. Okay, in this system view mode, you can configure the system parameters. That means you can configure the device, set the parameters for this device, set the IP address, set the host names, and set the time for the network device, and so on. Set many parameters for this network device. Of course, in this mode, in this system view, you can also display. Okay, this is the system view, and then the interface view. Okay, the interface view is part of the system view. Okay, that means when you set the parameters for the network device, sometimes you need to set the network device interface parameter. Okay, the interface you need to assign an IP address, assign the encapsulation mode, or assign any other configurations. Then you must enter this interface. Okay, then under this interface, you can configure the interface for your network. Okay, and then another, the protocol view. protocol view. Protocol, as we know, when a network device running in the network, the device must running many protocols such as OSPF, such as RIP, and other protocols. So when these protocols is running on device, you need to configure them. Okay, if you want to configure the protocol, then you must enter the protocol view. Okay, protocol view is also the part of the system view. Okay, just set the parameters for the protocols. Okay, here is the example. Okay, when you first in, it's in the user view. It's in the user view. In the user view, we said you just can display, can check the running parameters, running status of the network device. Okay, and then if you want to configure, you're just using the system view. Using the system view, this command. After you type in this command, then system will enter the system view. And on the system view, yeah, the property will be a square bracket. Okay, this is the arrow bracket. Okay, so in the square bracket just means this is a system view, and then you can configure using the interface, specify the interface. Then you have entered the interface view. Of course, in the system view, you can configure parameters for system, and in the interface view, you can configure parameters for this interface. Okay, this is a different views. Okay, just a different mood. Okay, and then when in the command line interface, we can type in command. Okay, but sometimes we need to control the cursor. Okay, just move the cursor forward and move the cursor backward. Okay, and then we can use some command. The Control A. The Control A means move the cursor to the beginning of the line. Okay, for example, you have typed a command, then the cursor is here. Okay, if you want to edit this, then you can using the Control A, then this cursor will appear here. Okay, will appear here, and then you can edit this. Okay, then the Control C, Control C just stop executing the current program. Okay, just like the Control C in our computer's operating system. Okay, stop running the program. Okay, then the Control Z just return to the user view. In the previous slide, we have learned how to enter the system view from the user view, type in the system view, and then from the system view, going into the protocol view or the interface view. Okay, but if we want to exit to user view, what can we do using the Control Z? If you type in Control Z, then the system in any mode, in the system view or in the interface view or in the protocol view, will turn back to user view. Okay, turn back to user view. And then the control and the right square bracket. This means this is a escape sequence. Just quit from current program. Quit. Of course, the program maybe is running background, but then in the property is quitting. Okay. This is how to using to manipulate the cursor. Okay, and there are some others. For example, backspace that just delete the character. Of course, delete character in the left of the cursor. Okay, this is the same of our text editor. Okay, text edit, and then the left arrow or the right arrow, just move the cursor move the cursor to left or move the cursor to right. Okay. Then the tab. Tab is useful to when you type in command, but you not can type in all the full command name. Okay, then the tab will complete this command. For example, the interface, you just type enter, and then you type in tab, type the tab key, and then the left characters will be automatically type in for you. Okay, this is the tab keyword. Okay, autocomplete and enter the character string. Okay, autocomplete it. Okay, this is the tab. Okay, and then on the command line interface, we can get the help information at anywhere. And how to get the help? We just type in the question mark. Okay, we can type a question mark anywhere. First, at the prompt, you can type in the question mark. Then, all available command will appear to you. Okay, Okay, and you can type, for example, display. Then there's a bracket, and then this is a question mark, and then all that can command followed by display will show to you. Okay, this is a complete help, and there is also partial help. Partial help means if you type a D, then there's no blank, and then the question mark. Then all the command begin with D will appear. Okay, this is an example of the partial help. Then the D, and then the question mark, and then all the command followed by D will appear to you. Okay, and of course, if you use the other display, then display all that begin with the H will show to you. Okay, this is the help. You can type in question mark anywhere at the command line interface. Okay, you can try it. Okay, then we will introduce some basic configuration of the network device. First, the system name. That's the change the system name of the network device. By default, the Huawei router and switch got the default system name is Huawei. Okay, and then if you want to change the system name of the network device, first you need to go to the system view. Okay, type in system view, and then square bracket again. Then you type in this name, then a new name. After you type in this, then the system name is changed. Okay, changed immediately. Okay, and I think system name is useful in our true network. If you telnet to a device, then you can, from this system name, you can know what device is it. Okay, and then setting the time of the network device. Okay, the setting the network time just using the clock data time, and then followed by the hour, minute, second, and then year, month, and day. Okay, this is set using the user view under the user view mode. Okay, user view, and also you can set the time zone. Of course, I think there's 24 time zones globally. Okay, so you can decide which time zone are you located in, are this network device located in. Okay, for example, this is China, and then this is adding 8 hours from UTC. Okay, from the time zone 0. Okay, time zone 0. Okay, and then if you want to know what time on this device, you can display clock. Then you can see this. Okay, this is the network device. The clock, the time, the clock of the network device, of this network device. Okay, and some countries using the daylight saving time. Okay, then you can enable this by this command, clock daylight saving time. Okay, then we can setting some banner, some header information for our system. For example, when you want to log in the device, when you first get into the command line interface, then we'll show some information. Welcome to Huawei certification. Then you can using the header login. And then if you connect to the device, the console interface, and then type return, then this information will appear to you. Okay, of course, then there's other login information. That if you type in the password and then the past authentication, then another information, the header share, using header share, then this information will appear to you. The header share, just you have successfully logged into the device. But the header login just connect and there's some prompt to you. Okay, some information just prompt to you. Okay, this is the header login. Okay, and then the command levels. Huawei's VIP have divided the command into different levels. Okay, of course, the total level, there are 16, from 0 to 16. But from three to 15 level, the privilege is the same by default. By default, it's the same. Okay, and the command, all the commands are divided into different levels. Some command is level 0. Okay, some command is level 1, and some command is level 2. And above 3, by default, all the command belong to level 3. Okay, and level 2 is the configuration level. Just means in the level 2, you can configure. Okay, the configure command are all belong to level 2. Okay, management just means you can management the hardware of the device. You can upload files or delete files in the device flash, and you can power down, power up the modules of the network device. That's the management level. Okay, level 2 only configure, and the level 1, that's the monitor level. The monitor level cannot configure device. Okay, just can display the information, show the information of the network device. Okay, and then the 0 is the visit level. The visit level can display some informations, not all information. Okay, and of course, the command have different levels, and the user also have the levels. When you logged into the device, you must assign a user level. Then, if your level is 0, then you can only execute level 0 command. And if you are level 1, then you can execute all level 1 command in level 1, level 0 command and level 1 command. Okay, both level 0 and level 1. And then if your level is level 2, then you can running level 0, level 1, and level 2 command. Of course, if your privilege is above 3, then you can using all the command, running all the command. Of course, each level have the names. Level 0 is visit. Level 1 is monitoring. Level 2 is configuration, and level 3 is the management. Okay, each has different meanings. Okay, and then, for example, you can change some command to different levels. For example, here, command privilege level 3. All commands have default privilege. Then this is dear user save. This save command, just save, have set to the level 3. This command, of course, this command is used by the user view. On the user view, we can use this save. And this save command is set to the level 3. Okay, by default, save just save the configuration. So by default, it's level 2. Okay, then change it to level 3. Change the default level of this command. Okay, this is an example. Okay, and then the command line in the previous example, we only use the console interface. Okay, the console interface connected to the device. Then there's the command line interface. Okay, of course, this is the initial command line interface when we configure the device, but there are still more other command line interface. The most widely used is the Telnet. Okay, Telnet and SSH. Okay, in the Telnet, of course, by default, if you get a new device, you cannot Telnet to this device. You must finish the initial configuration, then you can Telnet to. And the Telnet also a command line interface, and SSH is also the command line interface. How to identify this? How to identify each other? The command line interface have different types. First is the console. If you connect by the console interface, then what you get in is the console CLI, console user interface. And if you're using the Telnet or SSH, you are connected to the another type, the VTY user interface. Okay, and the console interface, as we know on our device, the console interface, console port only have only one console port. So the console interface only have one user interface, and the users that connect to the console only one user at one time. So the user interface, the console interface, user interface only can connect one user at one time, at any time. And the VTY, that's different. You can Telnet to the device. Telnet to the device. Many users can Telnet to the device at the same time. So usually, at least, there's 5 VTY lines, VTY user interface on the device. And if you want to configure this user interface, you can enter into the user interface mode. User interface, then VTY 04. This is the beginning, this is the end. And then all the VTY interface then can be configured here. Okay. And some other device, maybe the VTY provide more VTY interface. For example, from 0 to 15. Okay. That's depend on the device models. Okay. And then the user interface, you can set different parameters for the user interface. Of course, by default, there's some parameters, some default values. For example, the idle timeout. The idle timeout, just like the screensaver in our Windows operating system. That means how many times when you leave the device untouched, then you will be logged out. Okay, this is the idle timeout. And you can set this idle timeout 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, and screen length. Screen length just means in the terminal the text is scroll up, and if one command there are so many output of the one command, then the output will pause one screen after one screen. Okay, so how many lines should show on your screen at once? By default, it's 24 lines. By default, 24 lines as one screen. And then the next 24 lines, you must press any key. Then the next screen will show to you. Okay, next 24 lines. And if you want to adjust the screen length, then you can use this screen length command. Okay, screen length command. Okay, and another, the history command maximum size. This is when you type a command. For example, when you type this command and then execute it, then the router, the device will running this command. And after running this command still saved in the buffer, And then, for example, the next command also saved in the buffer. But how many commands were saved in the buffer? Okay, by default, I think it's 10. But you can change it. For example, you change it to 20. Then the previous 20 commands were all saved in the buffer. And then you can use the upper arrow of the keyboard, the upper arrow to find them. Okay. Also, you can use the display history. This command, to see what command have saved in the command history, in the command buffer. Okay. And then this is the interface privilege, user privilege. And of course, if you create a user on your device, you can assign the privilege for this user. The privilege is just 0 to 15. We have discussed. Of course, by default from 3 to 15 have the same privilege, and 0 is the visit privilege, and 1 is monitor privilege, and 2 is the configuration privilege, and then 3 is the management privilege. Okay, this is the user privilege. And the privilege, if you're not logging by the username and the password, just logging using the simple password, then the privilege you can assign to the user interface. For example, here, VTY, then you assign the user privilege level 2. Okay, that means all the users logged into the VTY user 0. That means you telnet to the device at the first time, and then you got the privilege is 2. Okay, of course the password, you can assign the password, and then once the user log into device did not need to type in the username, just the password, then did not know what's your name, what's your username, and then the privilege is followed by the user interface. Okay, this is the two method to assign the privilege to a specified user. Okay, and then this is an example using the command line interface to configure the interface of the router. Okay, and then first, when you get into the device VRP's command line interface, you'll get this prompt. Okay, and then using the system view, this command, get into the system view. Okay, if you want to configure interface, then you type in the interface, then interface type and interface number. Okay, then if you want to set the IP address, just set the IP address of this interface. Okay, then this interface have assigned an IP address. Okay, and another, we create a loopback interface. The loopback interface is not a physical interface on the device. The loopback interface is a logical interface. Okay, it's a virtual. It's virtual in the device, inside the device. Then you can create loopback 0 and then assign the IP address for this interface. Okay, this is an example how to configure an interface of the router. Okay, and then we get to the end of this chapter. Of course, in here there are 2 questions. How many users are able to connect via the console interface at a given time? As we know, the device have only 1 console port. Okay, so you can only connect 1 user into the console interface. So the user interface of the console only have 1 interface. Okay, only 1 interface. Okay. The second, what is the status of loopback interface 0 when the command loopback interface is used? The loopback interface is a logical interface, is a virtual interface. Okay, by default, this interface not exist in the router. Okay, and if you're using this command loopback interface 0, then this interface is created. Okay, is created, and then you can configure it.